The simple blanket setup that once made cold winter nights bearable. Winter has always been the true enemy of armies, travellers and civilians across Europe, often more dangerous than any opposing force. If you're here because cold nights matter to you, whether as a historian, reenactor, bushcrafter or survivalist, make sure you're subscribed to Warpaths of Europe and give this video a like. This channel exists for people who care about how things were actually done. Now let's get straight to it. Layered wool and air control were the foundation of historical cold weather survival. Across medieval Europe, early modern armies, and even civilian households, warmth came from managing layers and trapping air rather than piling weight. The most effective blanket setup relied on 2 wool blankets, not 1. Wool was chosen because it retains heat when damp, resists sparks from fire, and compresses without losing insulation. 1 blanket was laid directly under the body, acting as a barrier between frozen ground and flesh. The second blanket wrapped the sleeper completely, with edges tucked to seal drafts. This setup created a crude but effective microclimate, trapping warm air close to the body through the night. Ground insulation mattered more than most people realize. Cold ground drains body heat faster than cold air, and historical sources are clear on this. Soldiers and travellers, they layered straw, pine boughs, cloaks, spare clothing, or even shields beneath the lower blanket. This wasn't comfort, it was survival. In winter campaigns during the 30 Years' War and Napoleonic conflicts, lack of ground insulation led directly to frostbite and death. Today, the same principle applies. If you're winter camping or living without central heating, placing folded wool blankets, canvas, or even cardboard beneath your sleeping area dramatically increases warmth without adding bulk. The blanket roll method allowed mobility and warmth at the same time. European soldiers often slept wrapped inside their blanket, forming what later became known as the blanket roll. This cocoon-style setup reduced exposed seams and prevented heat loss through movement. Cloaks were frequently layered on top, with hoods pulled tight to protect the head and neck, which are major heat loss points. In practical terms today, you can replicate this by wrapping yourself burrito-style in a wool blanket and using a scarf or wool cap to seal the opening around your shoulders and head. This method works whether you're in a tent, a drafty room, or sleeping near a fire. Fire placement and airflow, completed the system. Historical camps actually avoided sleeping directly beside fires. Instead, they positioned fires a few feet away and used reflectors made from wood, stone or earth to bounce heat toward the sleeping area. This reduced smoke exposure and fire risk while still maintaining warmth. Modern application is simple, really. Place a safe heat source nearby block drafts with furniture canvas or tarps and let your blankets do the rest. Overheating was avoided because, sweat meant danger once temperatures dropped again. Why does this setup still work today? Well, it all comes down to the fact that this system required no technology, no fuel dependence, and only minimal materials. That's really why it endured for centuries. For anyone dealing with winter power outages, cold homes, historical reenactment, or cold weather bushcraft, this setup, honestly, remains brutally effective. Wool blankets, when layered correctly and paired with ground insulation and a bit of draft control, can actually outperform many modern solutions. If you value historically grounded survival knowledge like this, do consider subscribing to Warpaths of Europe. Share this with someone facing winter right now and help keep this channel alive by supporting content that respects the past and prepares you for the cold ahead.